We are now receiving deeply alarming new developments out of Vienna, and the implications could affect every single nation in the Middle East. Iran's ambassador to the UN nuclear watchdog confirmed earlier today that Natanz, one of Iran's most sensitive nuclear facilities, was struck during the latest round of US-Israeli airstrikes. Again, they attacked Iran's peaceful, safeguarded nuclear facilities yesterday, Ambassador Reza Najafi told reporters at an emergency meeting of the International Atomic Energy Agency's Board of Governors. Now, the IAEA itself says it has found no signs of damage at any of Iran's nuclear facilities so far. But that cautious reassurance is doing very little to calm the fear spreading through the halls of the United Nations this morning. Because the man who runs the IAEA, Director General Rafael Grossi, just delivered one of the most chilling warnings we have heard since this conflict began. Standing before the quarterly board meeting in Vienna, Grossi did not mince words. We cannot rule out a possible radiological release with serious consequences, including the necessity to evacuate areas as large or larger than major cities. Let that sink in. The head of the world's nuclear inspectorate is warning that entire major cities across the Middle East may need to be mass evacuated if civil nuclear power stations come under attack and trigger a radiological release. And here is why that warning carries so much weight. Grossi laid out the staggering nuclear footprint across the region that is now caught in the crossfire. The United Arab Emirates has 4 operating nuclear reactors. Jordan and Syria have operational nuclear research reactors, and Bahrain, Iraq, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, all of which have already been attacked, all use nuclear applications of some kind. We therefore urge utmost restraint in all military operations, Grossi said. On Iran's remaining nuclear installations, Grossi offered a carefully worded update. We have no indication that any of the nuclear installations, including the Bushehr nuclear power plant, the Tehran research reactor, or other nuclear fuel cycle facilities, have been damaged or hit. But he added a deeply troubling caveat. Efforts to contact Iranian nuclear regulatory authorities are continuing, with no response so far. Grossi also addressed the diplomatic failure that brought the world to this moment, admitting what he called a strong sense of frustration that an agreement between the US and Iran over Tehran's nuclear program had slipped through their fingers during recent negotiations, talks in which the IAEA itself had provided technical assistance. But even now, even at this hour, he refused to abandon hope. Diplomacy is hard, but it is never impossible. Nuclear diplomacy is even more difficult, but it's never impossible. It is not a matter of if, but of when we will again gather at the diplomatic table. We simply must do so as quickly as possible. It is worth remembering, Natanz was also among the sites targeted during the US and Israeli airstrikes back in June 2025 during Operation Midnight Hammer. Its name appearing again today is not a coincidence. It is an escalation. The world's nuclear watchdog is now on high alert. Cities across the Middle East are being assessed for potential evacuation scenarios, and the phones to Tehran's nuclear authorities remain unanswered. We will continue to monitor every development out of Vienna and across the region, and bring you the latest the moment it breaks. Stay with us.